This topic is identifying parts of an algebraic expression, and we first need to go over some key vocabulary, and our first vocabulary word is the word term. The terms are parts of an expression that are added or subtracted. So for example, if our expression is 3a plus 6 plus 2b plus x squared, we've got a bunch of variables there, 3 different variables, and then a 6, which is a constant. Each of these parts are terms. Obviously, we should know what the sum is. A sum is a result of adding, and a variable is a letter or symbol that stands for some other number. A constant is just a single number. For example, 6 up here is a constant. 3a, 2b, and x squared, by the way, were variables. Like terms, if I were to add another like 5a here, 3a and 5a would be our like terms. Like terms mean that their variable parts are exactly the same. A coefficient is the number written as a multiplier before the variable. So 3 is a coefficient, 2 is a coefficient, 5 is a coefficient, and technically the coefficient for x squared is 1 because we can multiply 1 times x squared. There is no coefficient for a constant. A product is a result of multiplying, and a factor is a number expression that's being multiplied to find a product. So find, for example, 5 times 4 is 20. 5 and 4 are both factors of 20. Here are some examples. So we're looking at this expression, 3v plus 7u plus 4. We're selecting all of the statements that are true. So the first thing we need to ask ourselves is 4 a constant? Yes, it is. 3v is a coefficient. No, 3v is not a coefficient. 3 would be the coefficient. V is a variable. Then it says 3v plus 7u plus 4 is written as a sum of 3 terms. This is a term, this is a term, this is a term. So yes, 3 terms. The next one says 3v is a factor. No, 3v is not a factor. Now, if we were multiplying 3v times something else to get something else, then it would be, but in this case, it's not. 3v and 4 are like terms. No, they are not. One has a variable and one is a constant. And of course, none of these are true because we did check 2 boxes. Another example, 5a plus 2b plus 1. 5a is not a factor because we're not multiplying it by something to get something else. It says, is this all written as the sum of 3 terms? We have 1, 2, 3 terms. Yes, it is. 5a is not a coefficient. 5 would be the coefficient. 5a and 1 are not like terms because 1 is a variable and 1 is a constant. 1 is a constant, and then none of these are true is not correct. Another example, first one says, is 2b a coefficient? No, 2 would be the coefficient. 4a and 3a are like terms because they both have the same variable part. 7 is a constant, it's just a number. 2b is a factor. It's not a factor because there's nothing that it's being multiplied by to equal something else. But 2b is a term. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms here. 2 of the terms, this one and this one, are like terms. And one last example. It says in the quantity 5a plus 9, 5a is a constant. No, 9 would have been the constant. In 5a, 5 is a coefficient. Yes, 5 is a coefficient that is multiplying by a. The next one says 3 and 8 are like terms. Yes, they are both constants. The quantity 5a plus 9 is written as the sum of 3 terms. No, it is not. It is 2 terms. And the next one says 4 is a factor, and it is a factor because 4 is being multiplied by 2 other parts or quantities in this expression, and 4 can be distributed to those other quantities.